Well, I'll give you guys a quick report of my first temple visit for the LDS Temple. Went to the temple here in Idaho, and basically, as soon as we got on the property and ran up to friends of ours that were outside holding the signs, we were immediately, from what we found out, were being photographed with telephoto lenses from afar, and I guess those got used later because when we got to the temple, uh, basically, we were quickly identified, and our tour guide, once we got to the temple, was told that we are a silent tour. Tour in front of us, tour behind us, all talking. Our tour was not allowed to speak. That didn't stop us, though, from speaking and asking questions. And in the end, we ended up talking to some missionaries. I ended up having the tour guide couldn't answer my questions, so she brought two missionaries over who couldn't answer their questions, who brought two more missionaries over. It was interesting because we did have at different times had three gentlemen who were roaming around me all the time, sitting down, just kind of listening in. I was basically trying to play the role of, the Jewish guy from the line of Aaron, which blew them away, and knew more about the real temple than they did. Here's the thing that I walked away with. One, their temple is not about Christ. It's not about God. It's about them, their happiness, their joy, and their marriage. In fact, they play a video where they have an apostle that says that heaven wouldn't be heaven without his family, and that's what the temple represents, because he'll be able to get married there and be married for eternity and have his children for eternity. For me, heaven wouldn't be heaven without Christ. I actually said that to one of the missionaries. The reality is, everything I saw was about their feelings. It was all feeling based. It was about the temple making them feel good. One lady told me she was in depression, and this is the one missionary that you should pray for. I didn't get her name, but because she actually got very upset and scared when I said that if I'm right and she's wrong, she would spend eternity in a lake of fire, and I don't want that for her. She became, she says that the importance of Mormonism is that she was depressed and it made her feel good. This is what I ended up seeing the difference. Throughout their temple, I do not see Christ. When I brought that up, the one missionary said, well, he's mentioned in the video in the beginning. Yeah, that's it. He's a footnote. He's a footnote to their temple, a footnote to their religion. Their real religion seems to revolve around them. Their temple highlights that. The temple is all about baptism for past family members to get into heaven to be with you, for marriage so you could be with your family forever. But it's not about Christ and his sacrifice. This is the difference between the temple that God had built, said to be built in the Old Testament. That was about sacrifice, atonement for sin. And we see the fulfillment of those sacrificial system in Jesus Christ. That's why there's no more need for a temple. We don't need those sacrificial system. The wall between the Holy of Holies and the holy place was torn apart, showing and displaying that now there's no more separation between man and God as there was in the Old Testament with the sacrificial system. Now we have one mediator, Jesus Christ. This is all missing from the Mormon temples. This is not seen in their temple. And the fact that they wanted to have us on a silent tour shows that they know they can't handle people that have questions. And they don't want those questions. They know that they are deceiving their followers and they're brainwashing people. And that's why they don't want questions. They don't want people, to stumble because they're afraid that the missionaries are prepped to how to answer it. But they don't want those other people walking through, hearing the questions that we might ask and wonder. Because this is a big way they do for recruitment. So the takeaway that I have from the Mormon temple is that, one, it's not about Christ. It's about them and their family, their loved ones, and feeling better. And that's part of the second thing. Their testimony, missionary after missionary, all four of the ones I spoke to, every one of them told me that they know they're going to heaven because of a feeling. When they asked me how I know, I basically gave them an objective standard that every man-made religion is going to add human effort. And I asked them, do you need to be baptized to go to heaven? In Mormonism, they said yes. Is that a work? They said yes. Took them to the scriptures that say there are no works. What they ended up realizing is I showed them that objectively, every man-made religion uses human effort. Christianity is the only one that's divine effort. That's objective. That's not my feelings. I showed them how I came to Christ because of fulfilled prophecy. Again, nothing with feelings, all about objective standard. This is the difference, and this is what I left them with. The difference is they have a feeling that may make them feel good, and I'm not trying to rob them of feeling good, but truth is more